Right. So what is coming into the plant? You've got carbon dioxide coming from where? The atmosphere or respiration. And the water is coming in through the roots. Through what process? Osmosis. Osmosis. Carbon dioxide comes in, if it comes in from the atmosphere, in by diffusion. Water comes in by osmosis. How do minerals get into the root? Active transport. Right. Light energy, and you know that you're going to get glucose and oxygen. It's not balanced. So you can see 6 carbons there, and you can see 1 carbon there. So the best thing to do is get your pen. There is 6 present here, so all you have to do is write 6, 6, and 6. That's the chemical equation. The word equation is you'd write down carbon dioxide plus, actually physically write it in words, water, light energy, glucose, and oxygen. Right. So the first step in photosynthesis is the splitting of water. To have a balanced equation, we write down 2H2O. So light energy splits water to form O2, 4H plus, and 4E minus. Right. What happens to the O2 first of all? It can pass into the cells and use for respiration to release. What does oxygen? Oxygen is required to release lots of energy from glucose, or it can be released into the atmosphere. What happens to the 4H plus? It's dropped into the hydrogen pool for the latter stage. 4 electrons, we'll talk about that in a second. What happens to the 4 electrons? If the chloroplast loses 2 electrons, which photophosphorylation is this? Cyclic or non-cyclic? This is non-cyclic. Photophosphorylation. If the chloroplast loses 2 electrons, there are 4 electrons produced here. 2 electrons from here will replace the 2 electrons that were lost. Right, the overall view. So in the splitting of water, you have 2H2O. You have the 4 electrons, which will pass to the chlorophyll in the case where the chlorophyll loses 2 electrons to non-cyclic photophosphorylation. 4 hydrogens pass to the hydrogen pool. Remember, these hydrogens will join with NADP minus to form NADPH. The O2 used in respiration, or it's lost to the atmosphere. Right, so first of all, this is cyclic. First step is cyclic. So this is where the 2 electrons leave the chlorophyll and come back. Cyclic. This is it here. Right, these pigments absorb light energy from the sun, and they pass the energy that they receive from the sun to the chlorophyll molecule. Chlorophyll can also receive light energy from the sun. All of that energy received from the sun, looking up, excites, or the energy is passed to the 2 electrons. The 2 electrons are full of energy. They pass from electron acceptor to electron acceptor, electron acceptor, and as they pass, they release their energy, and the energy released is used to convert ADP plus phosphate or inorganic phosphate to ATP plus water. Where will that ATP travel off to? Dark side. Right. So that's the case of cyclic. But what happens if the 2 electrons leave and they don't come back? Yeah, 2 electrons from here will replace the 2 electrons that are lost. This will be non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So non-cyclic is here. 2 electrons leave the chloroplast, pass to electron acceptor, to electron acceptor. They release their energy to form ATP and water. The electrons that are lost from here 2 electrons will be taken from the splitting of water to replace the 2 electrons that are lost. The hydrogen will be used in a second. So the carrier NADP plus is coming back from the dark stage. Low energy carrier. It picks up 2 electrons. What's plus 1 minus 2? Minus 1. So it becomes NADP minus 1. Right, the minus, it then picks up one of the hydrogens from the hydrogen pool. So it's a H plus to become NADPH, and that travels off to the dark stage. This NADPH travel from here, the light stage, to the dark stage. It drops off its hydrogen. ATP is the energy required to form glucose. Hydrogen will combine with carbon and oxygen from the carbon dioxide that comes in to form glucose, C6H12O6. Remember that hydrogen is dropped off, so NADP plus returns to pick up another hydrogen, or 2 more electrons and a hydrogen. 2 electrons are dropped off here as well. Right, so ADP and phosphate, the phosphate returns to pick up more energy and then returns to the dark stage.